Good morning guys. We're back at it again with another video. Topic for today's video, the most inexpensive way of growing a vegetable garden. We're here today at the Baker Creek Seed Festival in Mansfield, Missouri, so I made the trip all the way up here. I'm hanging out with Doug and Stacy, so you'll see them as well. And I just want to talk about the power of growing your food from seed. Hannah and myself, we bought plants from Lowe's, from Home Depot, from nurseries, and it can be quite expensive to do that. And I think what is really powerful is when you can grow your entire garden by seed. What is really nice about it is that the plant is going to grow in the soil that it's going to be fully mature in. And so it's going to be much more tolerant to your soil, it's going to be much more acclimatized to your area. There's a lot of power, and frankly it can be much more inexpensive. And what's really nice is that when you grow by seed is that you have so much variety in terms of the seeds that you can grow. So we're going to show you some of the heirloom seeds here at the Baker Creek Seed Festival, and today is the last day for our sale on Jake's gardening course. So if you want to get started gardening and you're a beginner, definitely check it out down below. You're going to receive $10 off of the price of the video course, and the information in there is going to be applicable to any climate that you live in. So if you live in zone 1, zone 8, or zone 2 through 7, it's going to be great information that's going to help you get started gardening right now.
There's a stir across the land, and so begins the day. Life's highway, city streets, them country roads, like a stream of people go. There's ready to win and towards the bay. Life's highway. Baby's home off every turn. Bridgeville and the Bridgeburg. They so with you, will never go astray. Life's highway. We are young, they were old, passing through, then passing on. It's like the roads that split away, life's highway. Step by step, round and round, never knowing where we're bound. From the cradle to the grave, life's highway. Baby's home up every turn. Bridgeville, a Bridgeburg. It's so with you, never go astray. Life's highway.
What you got to say about it? What you got to say about it? Yeah. One take wonder, you ready? All right, we're at the Baker Creek Spring Planting Festival. I'm Doug with Off Grid with Doug and Stacy. We actually post videos here on YouTube as well. One of the questions that were asked to us is why we like to grow from seed versus buying starter plants or stuff like that. There's a couple of things that we do that maybe you might not have ever heard of, but we actually plant with the moon cycles. So when we direct sow our seed into the ground, we're actually planting with the moon cycles, and then that gives us better germination and stronger plants. Another reason or benefit that you could say that is to planting the seed versus the transplant is that the seed has broke life and grown right from the beginning, right in the soil that it's in already. So a lot of people grow in like seed blocks or other mediums, and then they have to transplant them in, and then there's a little bit of adjustment period there. So you're going to have a healthier, better plant that produces more produce, and that's the name of the game, when you direct sow into the soil. Now there are some plants that might be a little tricky depending on your climate, like a tomato plant, because tomato plants like it really hot. So sometimes you'll start those a little early as the weather warms up considerably outside, then you'll be putting those outside. But for the most part, 98% of all we do is direct sow from seed. Cheaper on the wallet, healthier plants, more produce. Enjoy the show.
I love to grow my plants from seed because we moved off grid with no solar or anything, electricity. We didn't even have running water for 4 years, and we basically had to do everything the old way and watch how much water consumption we used. And so I would just get my seeds and I would put them in the dirt, and then I just would watch and water them. And that's kind of how we started doing things until recently. It's been going on 7 years now, and actually we have a greenhouse. So it's been a hard transition for me because I've been used to planting in the earth, because basically that's how nature is. The seeds fall down and then they grow. And actually, I love growing tomatoes. I know a lot of people love fresh tomatoes. And a great way to save your seeds for tomatoes is when at the end of the season, in the fall, you get those big tomatoes and you slice them. And I would put them in pots of dirt. Don't have to worry about covering them. And I would put those slices down in the basement or in the root cellar, someplace dark and cool, and just let it hang out there all winter long. You can let it get moldy, it can get horrible looking, and then in the spring you bring it out and then you pour water over it, and then you just keep watering it every day, and all of a sudden you'll have hundreds of little baby tomatoes. And then I just take them out, and then you can go ahead and plant them into the dirt, and then you'll have plants that way too. So that was another little trick that I did. Now the cool thing about plants is the variety you can get, and I love it here. We're at Baker Creek Seed, and they have the most amazing variety of heirloom seeds from all over the world, and I love it because you get so many different colors and varieties of the tomatoes and of your peppers and different greens. I mean, it's absolutely amazing. So it kind of adds a lot of different variety. You may find one variety or color will do better in your area where you're living, because, you know, we're all from all over the world here on YouTube. Some people live, you know, in northern climates, southern climates, and then you can even read in their catalog, and they have a great online catalog too. Find out what works better, and then you can acclimate it. So it's pretty neat. There's just so many things. So every year when I go through the catalog, my favorite thing is to go through and pick a few new things I like to get, and it just makes growing so much more exciting. And especially when I'm planting in the dirt and I'm putting my seeds in there, and you just wait every day, especially after a good rain. We just had a great rain the other day, and all of a sudden my seeds just popped up. It was like magic. I loved it.
You got your kettle corn there? That is so adorable. All right guys, so we're finishing up at day 1 at the Baker Creek Seed Festival. These events are awesome just to come out. What I really like about this one is that it's like a community event. It's not like a business event or a festival. It's like a community event. So there's a lot of local people and people that have come from quite far away to come to this festival. I do believe they have one also in Santa Rosa, California. And I think tomorrow, Jer, who is, I think, the owner of Baker Creek, I'm gonna try to get a quick little interview and maybe some history about Baker Creek and what he does with all the seeds and how he goes and collects them. Really interesting guy, so hopefully we can do that tomorrow. But yeah, I really recommend growing your garden from seed. It can be just so much cheaper and a more effective way of gardening. Awesome guys, thanks so much for watching. Catch you on the next video. Talk to you soon.